Hey Naturals, what's up? It's your American English teacher, Gabby, here to help you with your fluency in English. Somebody make some popcorn because today we're talking about the top 10 movies to help you to learn English. Are you a movie buff? Do you love watching movies for fun and entertainment? Well, why not use them to improve your English skills too? It's a different way of learning English, but it really works. When I was learning Spanish, back around 2002, when I really was focused on improving my Spanish fluency, I watched every single Spanish language movie I could get my hands on. And I don't mean American movies that were dubbed or subtitled in Spanish. I mean movies made in Spain or Mexico, Argentina. I watched movies like Nueve Reinas and Y Tu Mamá También and El Laberinto and El Orfanato and what else? Amores Perros. Now you know I really can't roll my R's even after years and years of Spanish study. Someone help me. But that's okay because I can communicate pretty well in Spanish, pretty fluently, and that's the main thing. Not perfection, but connection. So what are the top 10 movies that I love in English and I suggest for you? Well, let me tell you. Watching movies is such a good way to work on your language skills because movies, while they're not really real life, they are movies, not documentaries, they do show you natural language. They are scripted, but if the acting is good, then they appear natural, much more natural than other language learning resources can sometimes be. So, especially if you're an intermediate or advanced language learner, why not learn with movies? Because they also give you a look into culture. And that's why I prefer to watch movies from one particular country. For example, if I'm learning Spanish, I would probably try to watch more movies from Mexico because I'm learning Latin American Spanish. Or if I wanted to learn Spanish, European Spanish, I would watch more movies from Spain. And that way I could learn more about that culture and really focus in on the pronunciation from that country. Not only pronunciation, but slang words too. If you watched my video about different slang words between British and American English, you'll understand there are some big differences. And I learned too, there's some big differences between European Spanish and Latin American Spanish. So movies are a great way to understand how slang is used, to understand culture, to see how people actually communicate with each other in everyday situations. And some not so everyday situations too, if you're watching sci-fis or thrillers or action movies. Also, movies are really fun and they'll give you something to talk about with your English-speaking friends. And of course, watching movies is going to improve your listening skills, as long as you don't completely always 100% rely on subtitles. So I'll talk about that a little bit too, when to use subtitles and when you shouldn't. So if you are more of a beginner, high beginner, low intermediate, or even an intermediate English language learner, then you can use subtitles. I really suggest that you watch a movie the first time with the subtitles on so that you can at least get a really confident idea of what the movie's about. And then watch it again without the subtitles, paying really close attention to the words that you're hearing. So if you're familiar with the concept of the movie, that will help you to understand it as well. So try to choose movies that are about topics that you're already familiar with, and that'll help you to understand when you're watching in English. Definitely don't choose movies that are boring. It's really great to watch classic movies, but let's be honest, some of them are a little bit slow and boring. So just choose something that you're interested in, something that you enjoy, and don't feel pressured to watch a movie just because somebody else says it's on a list of the 100 classic movies that you must watch before you die or something like that. Watch something that's short and light. Small bits of movies broken up are better than trying to do a movie marathon in English. You don't want to overwhelm yourself or get fatigued from listening to English for too long. Keep it fun and enjoyable. It's just like going to the gym and starting to work out again after not working out for a long time. Just start small, lift some light weights, and keep going day after day, and it's gonna get easier. And before you know it, you're gonna be lifting heavy weights and watching long movies. That's the same thing, right? If you're watching movies by yourself, then try to listen and repeat what you hear. You can pause the movie and copy what you just heard the actor say. Also, you can try a shadowing or imitation technique and try to talk along with the movie at the same time that you hear the actors speaking. So that's pretty tiring though, so I would recommend not doing that for the entire movie, maybe just for 5 minutes. Also, I don't suggest doing that if you're watching it with other people. If you're watching a movie with your friends, that's awesome, but maybe you won't be able to repeat after what you hear. But try watching movies with your friends or with other people who are learning English. Have a movie night for your English study club or your colleagues who are interested in English. And that's a great way to form a community and to enjoy the movie together and then talk about it afterwards. In English, of course. Finally, I really encourage you to keep an English movie journal where you could jot down new words that you hear to look up in the dictionary after you watch the movie, and you could write a summary of the movie or write your opinion of the movie that later you could share in a conversation with your English-speaking friends. Without further ado, let me share my top 10 favorite movies in English for you to learn English. Number 1, Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is a classic, but it's a classic that I love. I will never get tired of this movie. And it shows you a glimpse into the American South. It's such a fun movie. I highly recommend it. Next, The King's Speech. This movie is all about speaking English. It's a real movie, but you get a pronunciation lesson in it. So, a win-win. Number 3, The Breakup. For something a little bit lighter, a comedy about relationships, I really enjoyed this movie. So check it out if you're kind of interested in that kind of light romantic comedy. Next, if you love all-out comedy, try The Hangover. The Hangover is hilarious. It's really funny. So it's about a group of guys that go to Las Vegas and they get a little crazy, and well, you'll see. I don't want to spoil it. Next, another light comedy romance, which are called rom-coms. Yeah, romantic comedy, is 500 Days of Summer. I watched this one in theater when it first came out, and it was really fun. So if you want something light, a rom-com, check it out. Next, number 6, one of my personal all-time favorite movies ever because it has themes of freedom and independence and fighting for what you want in life, is The Shawshank Redemption. It's an amazing movie. It's a little bit older, but I think you'll enjoy it because it's just moving. I mean, if you cry at the end, don't blame me. Number 5. If you like Tom Hanks, you have to watch Castaway. Castaway was a really fun movie to watch for me because I always love that question, what would you do if you were stranded on a deserted island? And this movie is all about that. Tom Hanks is an amazing actor in this movie, so I think you'll really enjoy it. Number 8, a classic fun movie for adults and kids, Toy Story. You've got to watch Toy Story. It is just fun, so if you have kids, definitely watch this with them. Number 2, The Hunger Games. This movie has been huge in pop culture lately. I'm gonna tell you a secret. I'm really sorry. I have not seen it yet. Well, let me know. If you have seen it, should I watch it? Finally, number 10. If you use Facebook, you have to watch The Social Network. Most people are using Facebook these days, and so you'll totally understand this movie, even if you haven't seen it before, even if you don't watch it with subtitles. I think that the idea of the movie is gonna be really clear because it's about how Facebook was founded. So there you have it. my top 10 movies for you to improve your English language skills. These will help you a lot with your listening and with your speaking if you try shadowing or imitating what you hear the actors saying. So hey, let me know what you think of this list, and if you watch the movies, tell me what you think in the comments. Leave a comment below, and if you love English learning tips like these, then subscribe to Go Natural English. Click right over there. You can learn much more with me when you download my ebook, The English Fluency Formula. Click right up there to learn how to do that. And if you want to keep watching, well, watch another tip right down below. All right, thanks so much. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.